guess where I am.
We would like to be the first to welcome you to Las Vegas. The time is 7:38 p.m. We ask that you stay seated with your seatbelts buckled until we are at the gate and the captain turns off the seatbelt sign.
Procrastination is an infection that plagues many of us. In 2009, I decided after watching a Hangover, I'd plan a trip to Vegas with the boys. And spoiler alert, it never happened. Now at this point in my adult life, I don't have any interest of going crazy like I wanted to back then. So in this video, what we will be doing is a little bit of exploring. We're gonna see the Omega Mart, which is a really cool Meow Wolf installation at Area 15. We're gonna be doing some off-roading at the Red Rock Canyon. We'll be getting our workout in here at the Caesars Palace Gym because we gotta keep our fitness on point even when we're on vacation. We'll have some dinner at Bobby Flay's restaurant and we'll be visiting Omnia Nightclub and a lot of things in between. So with that said, you ready to let the dogs out? Let's get moving.
Who let the dogs out?
Before I call our Uber to head to Omega Mart, I just wanted to show you guys some of the holiday decor around the hotel. They've decked the halls. Nobody will be swimming in this fountain. The water's been drained and replaced with red poinsettias. And I just wanted to also take a moment and appreciate this red and gold Christmas that Caesars has put up for us. 8 minutes later, we are here, and I did have to buy my tickets and make reservations ahead of time, so keep that in mind, and yeah, let's go in. If you haven't noticed by now, many of these items are available for purchase, although most are not what they appear to be. Now this part's optional, but if you're looking to get the full experience here and do all the things, I highly recommend buying a boop card. It's $3 and you only need one per group. The deeper I went into the rabbit hole out here, I was totally catching some Lovecraft vibes, and this might be the Disney bias in me, but I was also getting some Disney influence. So the OG, the original CEO of Omega Mart's name is Walter Dram. Walt D. Walt. After my tomfoolery in the produce section, I decided I wanted to check out the hidden bar, or speakeasy if you will. It's called Data Mosh. I won't state the location, but I grabbed a couple of pretty interesting drinks before our journey down the rabbit hole. With some liquid courage in my system, I decided it was time to face whatever lies beyond this supermarket, and I entered through the first hole in the wall I found by the restrooms, but I felt lost, like I skipped a lot, so I walked back out to try another secret entry point. So I tried the janitor's closet to see if there was some Bruce Almighty type deity who'd guide me, but I just found another maze, this time with some splattered custodial supplies and paint that just got crazier the further I went in. And then I remembered seeing a man walking out from a soda refrigerator, so I thought I would give that one a try, and while it's a pretty cool entry point, it left me in some offices and I felt like I skipped an entire season or something, so I walked back out, and as I was about to go up this hidden spiral staircase behind some t-shirts, I remembered what the Omega Mart employee who sold me my boop card told me, and that was enter through the stairs that are in plain sight. So we did, and found ourselves in a break room where we were able to watch a welcome video and took a test which gave me an Employee of the Moment celebration.
Congratulations. You are the Employee of the Moment.
The moment has ended.
Well, it's a lot, and I'll stop here, but all you need to know is this is a very interactive experience which will take you about 5 to 6 hours to complete if you choose to play the game in its entirety and unravel the mysterious storyline of this facility. It's a great experience, and the storyline had me heavily invested, so I'm happy to go into much more detail in a later video if anybody would like that, but for now I'll queue up a small compilation of clips before we head into our next venture. A few hours later, making our way back out of the maze was a little disorienting at first, and the supermarket lights, they really do hit you in the face, but this was super fun and I totally do it again. It was a lot to absorb and has got me pretty much invested in the story. A few hours may seem like a while, but I don't think that was enough to do the full experience. Again, if you'd like me to cover this more in depth, including more footage not seen here, I'm happy to relive this experience with you guys, so just let me know. Before leaving Omega Mart, I did do some shopping, which I do recommend doing if you're looking for some souvenirs, because while they do have a gift shop outside, they don't sell everything you can find inside of Omega Mart, and you'll have to have a valid ticket to enter again. After this, we then made our way to the Beast restaurant in the Area 15 Mall, and I had a brisket sandwich with some truffle fries before Ubering back to Caesars to do some window shopping in the Forum shops there. With a decent night's rest, I decided to commit to my one-day minimum of weight training while on vacation, so we made our way to the main fitness center in Caesar's Palace, located in the Augustus Tower, which, fun fact, is the same tower that housed the villa the boys from the Hangover movie stayed at least the exterior shots, since most of the interior was shot in a studio. I did both some push and pulling exercises for upper body, which I do not recommend as a normal routine on the same day, but making an exception for Vegas, and also skipped legs since I'm incorporating a lot of walking on my trip and need to schlep the strip as pain-free as I can. As much as I try to only record when there's nobody around me, the gym is still a shared space, so while recording some back extensions, someone accidentally knocked over my phone, and while he apologized to me, there was absolutely no reason to. As a matter of fact, I apologized to him and asked if he needed to work in and just continue my workout or reshot the exercise. With all the gym clips surfacing over the years, I just thought I'd bring up this little experience. Random tidbit I thought I'd share, there is a second gym in the Caesars Palace here in the Nobu Hotel in case the main fitness center is closed or you're looking for a gym with less people. You have this little area here as an option. Workout in the books. We were already in the Augustus Tower, so I thought I'd use my key cards to head up to the 24th floor for some Hangover fanboying. This is one of the elevators where the crew was at the morning after, Stu holding up the ice to his tooth, and of course they had to cover up the mirror behind me so you couldn't see the crew. And we're here on the floor where room 2452 is at. Again, they only used this hallway for the exterior shots. The entire villa was actually shot in a studio. Anytime I travel someplace where a popular movie was filmed, I usually like to scope out the filming locations. What can I say? And on the way back down, we also stopped by the pool where they had their breakfast in the movie. And on that note, it's time for us to have some breakfast.
Congratulations, you made it to the top. 550 feet above the Las Vegas Strip. You are now a true high roller.
High roller Ferris wheel is in the books. We got a nice panoramic view of the surrounding desert, a spacious pod, and some fun facts on our 550-foot rise. The actual construction was very precise. Took 3 years to build and over 20,000 parts. It's actually taller than the Eiffel Tower, the Vegas Eiffel Tower that is. Tickets are generally about $30 for adults and less for kids, and they have happy hour ticket options as well. And with that said, I'm craving an old-fashioned, so we're gonna head back to the hotel and have some dinner at Amalfi, which is Bobby Flay's restaurant in Caesar's Palace. Dinner is in the books. Now we're going to head back upstairs to refresh a little bit and head back downstairs to go to Omnia Nightclub. Boy, Omnia was a total vibe. It kind of reminded me of Live back home in Miami, which is a club at the Fontainebleau. And Party Favor, who was a DJ that night, did an awesome set. He even played All I Want for Christmas. All of us were singing along. Lights were green and red. Holiday spirits all around. It was awesome. The main highlights for my night here were the music, the energy, the drink prices not so much, although that does come with the territory. And for a busy bar, they were pretty attentive and the service was pretty good. And of course, the EDM and animatronic nerd in me were amazed by this huge kinetic chandelier on the main dance floor, just hovering and changing shapes to the music with the lights and all that jazz. And at some point when it lowered right above our heads, it was really giving us Independence Day vibes. It was pretty cool. We probably went to sleep around 5 or 6 a.m. So the following day was more of a recovery day. I spent practically the entire day in my Caesar's Palace bathrobe that I picked up at the gift shop, and I just kind of perused around the resort wearing it in true Florida man fashion. I got some compliments, some awkward stares, probably more of the latter, which was expected. Later on that night, I went back upstairs to kind of relax and watch a little bit of The Office, watched a little bit of The Hangover, which, fun fact, the rooftop scene was actually shot on top of the same exact tower I am staying at, which is called the Forum Tower, so I thought it was pretty cool watching it with the same view. And now I'm going to head downstairs on a little side quest to visit a few casinos off the strip to see if I can add some casino chips to my collection. I'm going to visit a few blackjack tables. My advice for you, if you do plan on doing this, just make sure that you're not hopping in on anybody's game, especially if they're on a heater. I'm also going to stop by the Bellagio fountains, and I also bumped into a street performer who was really throwing it back with a song that brought me back to my childhood.
Hey, Howard, let's go. That's what I'm talking about, Adina Howard, man. Somebody know about it.
If you're wondering about this scaffolding all over Las Vegas Boulevard, this is from the F1 Formula One racing event that took place here not too long ago, but they still haven't taken them down yet. Beautiful morning from the Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. Got my peppermint mocha, got my Mike Tyson kissing a pigeon shirt. We are ready to explore. Let's go. The holiday crowd is in full effect. We are headed back out to walk the strip, go by the Venetian and a few other places, but more importantly, and I know Christmas may be over, but we'll be heading back to the Bellagio to check out their Conservatory and Botanical Gardens Nutcracker installation, which is going on now until January 7th as of the recording of this video. The gardens have been transformed into a dreamland telling the story of the Nutcracker Ballet. There's a myriad of fancy decor ranging from glowing holiday displays, crystal chandeliers, I think over 100,000 lights, and huge figures like a 30-foot Mighty Mouse King. A lot of what you're about to see was crafted from preserved roses and other botanical materials, so yeah, fancy. Let's go. in Vegas. We just got picked up from our hotel at Caesars and are about to head to Red Rock Canyon to get some fresh air and beautiful scenery. Here on the way, if you notice this Las Vegas sign coming up in front of us and now behind us, well, did you know that the Las Vegas Strip, the same place that you saw me staying my nights at Caesars Palace, watching the Bellagio fountains, riding a high roller at Link, well, none of that is actually Las Vegas. We have been bamboozled. The Strip is actually unincorporated Clark County, not Las Vegas. Here, when we cross the Sahara Boulevard, is the real Las Vegas. Who knew? I know I didn't, although our tour guide did when he dropped those facts on us. And here we are arriving at the visitor center. It was about a 10 to 15 minute drive from our hotel, and we did pick up some folks from the Golden Nugget in the real Las Vegas. We did have some time to use the restrooms, do a little shopping, look out the panoramic window at the Red Rocks, and admire this little Joshua tree all decked out for the holidays before we hit the road again. I bought the off-road package, which you don't have to do. There's another option which doesn't include this, but I figured, why not? We're in Vegas. Keep in mind, actually, no, we're not in Vegas. Keep in mind, this is extra. I paid a total of $312 for 2 tickets. You'll be out here for about 4 hours roughly, and they do have bottled waters, although I do recommend bringing snacks just in case. As we transition from these juniper bushes to these red handprints, these are actually pictographs left by hunter-gatherer native people thousands of years ago, which have been preserved here. There were also a few stops by various overlooks and spots where you could just walk around nearby and explore, responsibly of course. Generally, this Jeep is open air or an open air tour trekker, but the temperature was pretty low, so the plastic tarps were draped over. And now we're about to turn off for some off-roading action. Worst part of the road is coming up. Or the best part.
Is this for the Jeep or for us? Have to check out these robots. That will be good.
All right. Good thing we got a spare. Yeah. Arrived to one of our final destinations, and stop only available with the off-road upgrade, where we got to take a few pictures and just really take in the scenery and silence. There were no wildlife out due to the colder temperatures, so other than my ringing tinnitus, it was just pure silence, which I'm going to let you hear for yourself. Do you hear that? It's the sound of silence. Other than the bee buzzing by my ear. Juniper berries. Right outside the Forum Shops entrance to my hotel at Caesars Palace, it was already nightfall at 4 o'clock because of this lovely time change, and we decided we'd have dinner at the Trevi Italian restaurant and got to sit alongside the Fountain of the Gods, having dinner among gods. I started off with a blood orange old fashioned and had the lasagna al forno with a chocolate gooey cake and gelato for dessert. And as we end this vlog with a little time lapse I did on my final night here, I just want to say I really enjoyed sharing a little bit of my experience with you and reliving my moments here editing these videos. If there's anything else you'd like me to cover more in depth, like Omega Mart, Red Rocks, or anything like that, just let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for getting this far into my video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And oh wait, I paused. I actually filmed this last little bit back in Vegas for my fellow Hangover fans. You know, I just wish you could see this place because you of all people would love it. Yeah, no, it's so quaint. What else? We met the proprietor. His name? Caesar Palace.